I just wanted to do something that like I wanted to just like dive more in of like where I was from and just like more of the story of like how I became who I am. How like Jacques Webster became Travis Scott.
Before Travis Scott was a member of XXL freshman class for 2013, before he dropped the $ in his artist name, before he was rumored to be dating Rhianna. Growing up young Travis, he attended private school in Houston, Texas. He then attended university for 2 short years before dropping out. His family, they disowned him when they realized he wanted to make a life out of music, and he was pretty much destitute and homeless before he met with T.I. and later Kanye West. My name is Michael McCrudden, and welcome to Before They Were Famous, documenting the life of Travis Scott prior to fame, here for you at Before They Were Famous. And this one was requested a whole bunch by the subscribers, so let me know in the comment section down below who you want me to do next. Like their bio. Yeah.
And I don't feel like kids should buy anything until I like create something ill enough for them to buy.
Travis Scott was born Jacques Webster, being raised mainly by his grandmother in the hood from ages 1 to 6. His family were middle class. His father owned and operated his own business. His mother, she worked high up in Apple. His grandfather had a master's in music composition. He was a jazz composer. His father was also a failed musician who knew how to play both the drums and the piano. From his early years in the hood, he recalls seeing the tough side of life, but when he moved back to live with his parents in the suburbs, he was a privileged attending a private school. He recalls the grandeur of some of his peers, what the other kids had, the nice clothes, and he knew this was something he wanted, something he had to work towards. He developed a passion for music at a young age, with his father buying him a drum set at the age of 3, which he played relentlessly. He was also trained to play the piano, but he quit early on, stating it wasn't helping him getting any of the bitches. Those are his words, not mine, but I get what he's saying. At the age of 16, after listening to Kanye's College Dropout album, he decided that he needed to learn how to make some beats. Jax, or Travis, he was a gifted student, very good at all his classes, but he would skip a lot of class, he would go work on his music, he would also meet up with musical contacts, which included N.O. Joe and Mike Dean. His parents showed zero encouragement for this behavior or his musical ambitions, and his father would come into his room and unpower his equipment. He would later cut off the power to his room altogether, and this would result in fist fights between father and son, because Travis wanted to make music, and his dad was like, you were not going down that road. His father's argument was that Travis needed to have for himself a steady paycheck, a steady career, but Travis would fight back, stating that he knew kids with pre-med educations who couldn't find a job. At the age of 17, Travis also began to focus on his skills as a rapper. The same year, he graduated high school early, and then he enrolled at the University of Texas at Austin and later at San Antonio. But after 2 years, he decided to drop out. He remembers watching award shows like the Grammys or the VMAs and thinking to himself, that's where I want to be, that's what I want to be doing, so what the hell am I doing in school? He decided to lie to his parents. He told them that he needed money for books and a new computer, and once they sent him that money, well, he booked for himself a one-way ticket to New York City. Now at the age of 19, he met up with his friend Chris Holloway, and they formed the Graduates, and they released their first EP on MySpace in 2009. The next year, he and OJ Chess formed the Classmates, which released 2 albums in 2011. Travis had spent 3 or 4 months in New York City, and nothing was really coming together for him. He was also sleeping on a friend's couch, and he decided he would shake things up. He took a flight to LA. Now around this time, Travis's parents decided to pay him a visit at university. When they got there, they realized he wasn't there. They cut him off financially, any money that was still going his way. They also cut off his phone bill. He was in LA, stranded on his own. He had no money. It was time for him to face the music. He had to go back to his parents' house. But he kept active and in pursuit of his career and started posting his beats on blogs all over the web. Again, his parents, they didn't support him, so then he had a friend from LA purchase a plane ticket. He jumped on it. He was going back to LA. When he landed, he opened up his phone to realize that he had 14 missed messages from T.I. and T.I.'s people. Those messages read, Travis Scott, you gotta come to the studio. T.I. heard one of Travis's songs, and the two collaborated on his track Animal. With this connection, Travis was finally able to make some money selling beats. But he was still couch surfing, he hadn't figured it all out just yet. Finally, one day out of the blue, he got a phone call from Kanye West, and he was on his next flight out to New York to meet with his idol. He got mixed in with Kanye's crew over at Good Music, and they were working on the debut compilation Cruel Summer, and Travis, he ended up getting some credits on this album. Following this, he began working on his own EP, Owl Pharaoh. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They Were Famous. My name is Mike McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my personal channel. I got all sorts of other bios on here. I've done a lot of rappers, I've done a lot of singers, I've done a lot of actors, comedians, all that good stuff. So be sure to subscribe. Also browse around, there is something for everyone. Also let me know in the comments down below what artist, what celebrity you want me to cover next. I read all the comments. Boom! See you guys in the next one.